Once upon a time, there lived a man named Papaya, who was very selfish and greedy individual. He had a grocery store which sold a lot of items to the people in the village. But he was very selfish and greedy man who wanted to make lot of money. One day, a man named Narayanan visited his grocery store to buy some items. Narayanan brought all the grocery items that he needed. He added the price of all of them up and he said this to shopkeeper Papaya.
I have bought so many items from your store. It is possible that you can give me a small discount?
Nobody gives better products to the customers in this village like I do. What I sell in my grocery store is cheaper and higher in quality. There are no worms in the rice, there are no parasites in the flour, and there are no problems with our grains. Let me give you an idea. Why don't you just take all of this for free? You don't have to pay a single penny for this.
Papaya says in a sarcastic manner. Narayanan looks at him and says this.
I am tired of your jokes. So you are telling me that you will not give me a discount? You have learned how to talk very sarcastically. Here, take the money. I can't tolerate that anymore.
Narayanan takes money and gives to Papaya. Papaya looks at Narayanan and says this.
What can I do, sir? If I talk too much, you will say that I am arrogant. If I don't talk at all, you would say that I am proud. In this situation, how do you think shopkeepers like us can survive in this day and age?
It is so funny to hear you talk like you are an unprivileged poor man. You make so much money, it is almost double the profit.
You must be joking with me. This shop was given to me by my father and it has been the same since the day I was born. People who are shopkeepers like myself have become millionaires and built a lot of houses for themselves. I am the only man that I stuck in the same situation that I am in. I always wanted to build a huge bungalow for myself, but I don't think it will ever happen as of now. This is the situation that I am in, sir. So don't judge me by seeing my present situation.
After listening to the long speech that Papaya gave, Narayanan looks at him and says this.
If you want to become a very rich man at a short time, you need to have somebody that can help you to get that position. Or else, the only position that you have is hard work and a lot of perseverance, which you must indulge your life into.
I cannot work hard anymore at this age of mine and I don't have a lot of time for me to work on my life. If you know a short way of becoming very rich, you please let me know.
Listen to my friend, I have an idea. There is a man who lives in the outskirts of the village who comes from the mountains. He is a Swamiji. He has a lot of magical spells that you possibly make you into a very rich man. You go and visit him. There is a chance that we might get very rich.
Even though Narayanan was only joking and being sarcastic, Papaya took it very seriously. He then left the grocery store and started traveling all around the village to find the Swami. As he was moving around the outskirts of the village, he saw a cave. He then went inside the cave to see an old man dressed in monk outfit meditating. Swami opened his eyes, looks at him and said this.
Who are you, my friend? If you are in front of my eyes, there could be two reasons for it. Either there is somebody whose life is in danger, or there is an unfulfilled wish in your heart. Tell me, what is the reason that you have visited me for?
Swami, I would like to let you know that I have been a shopkeeper for all my life, and even though I have been doing this for my entire lifetime, I have never made the money that I wanted to make. This business has never given me my fair share of money. I always wanted to buy a big house for myself. Swamiji, you please help me to get a huge house and make a lot of money for myself.
After listening to what Papaya said, Swami looks at him and said this.
If what you wish is true, you would be able to achieve this without my help or anybody's help. All you would need to do is work hard and succeed in life, and then you will be able to achieve any of your goals. It will take a lot of time and it will be very difficult, but you will eventually get it. You do not need me or any other Swamis to help you achieve your natural dreams.
Swami, that is the biggest problem that I have. I do not have the time or the patience to work that hard. And even if I do work that hard, I will never be able to enjoy the fruits of my labor. Only my next generation would be able to enjoy if that is a chant or a spell that can make me into a very rich man just by me sitting at my house without working hard.
The Swami was very surprised. He looked at Papaya and laughed at his face. The Swami said this to him.
My friend, the secret to achieving success in life is hard work and nothing else. It is the easiest way to get what you want. You can never achieve anything in life without working hard. So I suggest you just be happy with what you have and help other people who are in need. There are a lot of people that are working much harder than you, but they do not have the same benefits that you do. You can help them as well.
Even after listening to what Swami said, Papaya kept begging Swami, falling on his knees for a special spell. Then Swamiji looked at him and said this.
Your wish is filled with greed and the hunger for money, which is why I will not grant you your wish. If you have any other wishes or any other request, please let me know.
Papaya started thinking about what Swami said. After a while, he looked at Swami and said this to him.
All I want from you right now is the Divya Drishti. Please give me the Divya Drishti and I will be satisfied with what you are doing for me, Swamiji. After that, I shall leave, Swamiji.
Divya Drishti is something that people get only when they pray their whole lives. So even that wish is so full of greed from your side. But since you have been asking me for a long time, I shall grant that wish to you.
Swami takes a little kit which has a paint in it and gives it to Papaya. Swami looks at him and says this.
This tiny kit that I have given to you has paint in it. If you take that paint and apply it to your eyes, you will receive the Divya Drishti. But this is the one condition that if you apply it once, you will never be able to get Divya Drishti again.
Papaya receives the kid happily and goes home. As he is going back to his house, he thinks about how he can use the Divya Drishti to become a rich man. As he was walking back, all of a sudden, a man stands in front of him with a knife. The man looks at him and says this.
Hey, do you know who I am? I am the famous burglar Gangaya. I will give you a chance to give me everything that you have, or else today will be the last day of your life.
Gangaya was a famous thief that the entire nation of Chandrapura was searching for. Even the king did his best to catch him at several occasions. Papaya knew that Gangaya would not leave him without stealing anything from him. Even though Papaya told him that he had nothing of value, Gangaya kept searching his entire body. Gangaya found the kit that Swami gave him. Papaya, not knowing what to do, tells Gangaya all the secrets of the kit. Learning the secret of kit, Gangaya looks at Papaya and says this.
I have been planning on stealing the king's treasure for a long time. I am going to use this kit to get Divya Drishti so that I can learn how to steal the king's treasure. If you tell about myself to the king, even if I get caught, I will promise you that my son will find you. He will steal everything from you and he will kill you.
Gangaya then takes a huge chunk of paint from the kit and he runs away. Papaya then walks back home and he is absolutely afraid of what Gangaya might do. Papaya forgets the Divya Drishti and he starts worrying about the dangers feuding with Gangaya. Papaya takes the kit he got from the Swami and puts it on the shelf. The next day, Papaya leaves to open his grocery store. At that moment, his neighbor Ramalingam, his daughter, is getting ready to be visited by a bridegroom. She was searching for a makeup kit that would be useful to make her look beautiful.
Mother, I shall go to the nearby house and collect some makeup for my eyes.
Lakshmi goes into Papaya's house and asks his wife for a makeup kit. At that moment, Papaya's wife looks at the kit that Swami gave and gives it to Lakshmi. Papaya's wife did not know what is the meaning of the kit and she puts it on Lakshmi's face. Lakshmi walks back home. Her father looks at her and says this worryingly.
I'm so sorry, daughter. I always wished that I could give you a very expensive and grand wedding. But since I am struggling and I have no money, I don't think I would be able to feed anybody in your wedding. I apologize for how incompetent I am.
Looking at how sad Ramalingam was, his wife looks at him and says this to him to encourage him.
Your great-grandfather had buried a huge treasure under the old house of ours. If we go there and dig up that treasure, we can use that to help her with her marriage.
Lakshmi then goes to the old house to find where the treasure is. As she was walking searching for the treasure, she sees a strange part in a ground where the treasure was buried. It was right behind Papaya's house. Lakshmi then goes to father and tells him about the spot that he found which had the treasure. Her father then came back and started digging the ground and he found a huge pot of treasure. At that moment, Lakshmi realized that she found this treasure because of kit that she got from Papaya's house. At that moment, she wanted to go and find Papaya and tell him about the incident. All of a sudden, she sees a huge gathering and a man making an announcement.
Last night there has been a huge robbery in the king's treasury. The man that stole the treasure is being searched all around the nation. If any of you have information about that man, you have to let us know and we will reward you with 10,000. If you are withholding information, we will make sure to punish you as well.
After listening to what the announcement was, Lakshmi goes to Papaya's house and say this to his wife.
I would like to tell you that the reason why I was able to find a huge pot of treasure next to your house is because of the kit that you gave me as soon as you put the paint on my eyes. And right now, I just heard an announcement that the king's treasury has been stolen, and if we find the culprit who stole, we will receive rupees 10,000.
While Lakshmi and Papaya's wife were conversing, Meenakshi was listening it from outside the house. Meenakshi was a neighbor who was living near Papaya's house. She heard everything that they were conversing about, and she went back to her house pretending that she hadn't heard anything. After a while, Lakshmi left from Papaya's house and Papaya came to see his wife. At that time, Papaya's wife told Papaya everything that had occurred until then. She also told him about the robbery that had taken place in King's treasury. Papaya says this to his wife.
You are wasting my time with your stupidity. I have given my life and ran away from that burglar, and I am trying to survive. And you have given the kit that I kept there from the Swamiji, and you have given it to some girl. All this information that you have in your head, you have to forget it right now. Or else, we are the ones who are going to face the consequences. We should not be the ones who are going to be in trouble.
Meenakshi overheard the entire conversation that was happening in Papaya's house. She then goes to her house and tells her husband about everything she heard. She also tells her husband to go and give information to the king about the paint kit and receive a huge award. As soon as the king hears about the entire incident, king says like this.
What is this behavior, Papaya? I thought you are a good man with morals and values. But apparently, you have stolen my treasury along with a thief. Tell me where you have kept the treasury.
King told this to warn Papaya. Papaya becomes afraid of the king's aggression and he tells this to the king.
My king, I apologize to you, but I have to let you know that I haven't stolen any of the treasury. I got this paint kit from a Swamiji because I was a lazy man. I wanted to become rich without working hard. For struggling, he gave me this paint kit so that I can receive Divya Drishti. But since the day I got this kit, I have not been able to sleep because of the fear I have. While I was walking back after meeting the Swamiji, a man named Gangaya, who is a burglar, met me. He is the one who stole all the treasury from you, as he had mentioned this to me. I should have told you this since the day I came back to my house, but I was afraid that he would kill me. I am so sorry, my king. I have been covered and I have been lazy. I want to let you know that I do not want to keep this paint kit, so you can have it to yourself. Please forgive me, my king.
Papaya gives the paint kit to the king and king receives it. The king then gets an idea and says this to Papaya.
I command you to use this paint kit to find Gangaya. After you find Gangaya and capture all the treasury that he has stolen, we shall give a punishment to him and Papaya together. Until then, put Papaya in jail.
As soon as the soldiers hear the king's command, they use the paint kit and apply to their eyes to find Gangaya, and they eventually find Gangaya and they bring him towards the king. Gangaya then admits all the things that he had done and gives away his treasury. King then orders Gangaya to be hanged and killed, but king does not punish Papaya. Even though Papaya did not steal anything along with Gangaya, he is also one of the reasons why the theft happened, but still the king forgives him and sends Papaya home. Papaya was surprised by the king's grace, so when going back home he finds Swami and says this. Swami looks at Papaya and says this.
Remember, when you came to me all those days ago saying that you wanted to be rich and you did not want to work hard for it. I already warned you that day that this would not lead well, and look where you are today. You are unable to sleep before because you weren't rich. Today you are unable to sleep because you thought that the burglar might kill you. And tomorrow you will be unable to sleep because you don't know why the king forgave you and let you go. But it is the act of kindness that gave you the character that you have today. Even though you are the one that start all the events that had occurred today, you have also ended them by your act. A young girl who did not have money to get married is prosperous because of your actions, and the king was able to find the thief also because of your actions. So from now onwards, I want you to understand that nothing is sufficient if you don't work hard. Once you work hard, you will understand the importance of wealth and prosperity because you have earned it in the right way. No matter how much money you have, it will not be enough and you will not be happy. You do not earn it in the right way. So I suggest you to go on about your life and work hard to reach your goals, to buy yourself a big house or whatever you want.
After that day, Papaya went home and he had a very positive mindset to work hard to achieve his dreams without being lazy, without being winny. He was happy.
If you like this story, do like it, share it. For more new stories, please subscribe our New Stories Book English YouTube channel.